home in Kenya, where Meru County is set to benefit from projects supported by a host of EU and Nordic countries, such as construction of roads, women empowerment, establishment of a cancer institute, among others. This follows a visit by 9 envoys led by the ambassador of the delegation of the European Union to Kenya, Simon Meru. Our reporter George Maringa spoke to Finland's ambassador to Kenya, Erik Landberg, on the sidelines of the visit.
Thank you very much. Indeed, the EU countries and the ambassadors of the EU countries led by the EU delegation ambassador Simon Meru are visiting the country, and I've just managed to speak to the ambassador of Finland to Kenya, Erik Landberg, on his reflections and the importance and the significance, of the relations between Finland and Kenya and what it actually means for the people of Meru County. Thank you, Your Excellency, for joining us on KT News. Let's first start with your reflections and the importance of this visit, especially to the people of Meru County. What does it mean, especially for you to, have this visit being your first time in Meru County?
Well, thank you, George. It's a great pleasure to be here. And as you said, it's my first time. I must say I have been very impressed with the... should I look there or at you? Okay, all right. Now, I've been very impressed with our visit here, and especially the way that the governor and the current administration is trying to implement in practice inclusive politics and making sure that everyone is on board, and having developed this vision for the county to how to develop the county into the future was really impressive. And of course, coming from Finland, I was particularly moved and touched by the importance that they are attached to, for instance, issues like gender equality, which has been really one of the key fundamental pillars for the success of my own country. Mm-hmm.
Indeed, talking about gender equality, you have seen that actually your country has the youngest prime minister in the world. I mean, you have achieved gender equality. What are some of the lessons, perhaps, that you could share, especially the county of Meru, notably so because it is among the pioneer counties to have a section gender-based violence policy in trying to mainstream, especially gender mainstreaming. What are some of the lessons we could borrow?
Well, I think there are no easy solutions. First of all, it's a long process, but I think you have to work at several fronts at the same time. Providing basic education to everyone, including to girls, providing health care to girls. As we heard here today, some of the girls are not able to go to school, for instance, because of they might have sanitary issues and things like that. Have to work around these issues, make sure that women and girls have the same opportunities in society when it comes to education, to healthcare, but also to join the work life. I think this is something that we have worked on for a long time in Finland. We still have a way to go, but we have some good experiences to share. And listening to the First Lady and the Minister for Gender Affairs here, I was really impressed by the work that they are doing here. I think they are on the right track, and we are very interested in supporting that if we can in any way. We already talked about the governor, maybe to see if maybe the Minister and the First Lady could visit Finland to see what we are doing there.
Indeed. As we end up, Your Excellency, Ambassador, talk to us about trade matters, relations, and trade relations between Kenya and Finland, especially. How much probably do you intend to inject into Meru? You'll have several tours to see, but probably how much would you think you'd put in the way of trade and financing from the government of Finland to the people of Meru?
Thank you. Well, this is my first time here, so I'm really here now to sort of form an opinion of what is going on here, what kind of opportunities there would be for Finnish investors and businesses. So I think it's a little bit early days now to say exactly in which sectors we might be interested in investing. But I have to get back to you on that later on. But I have to say, though, that there are many interesting things going on here, and having also had the chance myself to visit the national park here once before, I would say that at least when it comes to tourism, this is definitely an area in which there are huge potentials to develop here.
Finally, the Meru people are known to give masculine names to visitors. Have you been given any?
Not yet.
I will indeed give you. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you very much. That has been Erik Landberg, the ambassador of Finland to Kenya, talking to us about relations, as well as gender equality issues, a thing that is quite actually an achievement in his country, that is Finland. My name is George Maringa, handing back